everyone, and welcome once more to A+ Exquisite Decor. It is so awesome that you stopped by because this is the channel where we work together. I make, I post, and your part is to watch my videos, give them thumbs up, share with others, subscribe if you have not yet done so, leave helpful comments because constructive criticism is always welcome, and do remember to click the notification bell for all my new uploads. I know it sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But it's way easier than it sounds. Here I have some red fabric that I used to make a pair of beautiful 16 by 16 crystal button centered cushions for a friend of mine. Red is generally associated with Valentine's Day because it is the color that represents love. I have no idea why, but now I cannot imagine any other color that would be more suitable. Can you? Red is far more versatile than that though, and can be used all year round for just about anything, especially by people who find the color quite appealing, and that's how my friend finds it. She has been doing some decorating lately and requested that I make her some cushions in red and black, because those are her favorites. I suggested that she used a hint of white for contrast, and she agreed. The link for the videos for those cushions will be in the description below. My friend and I have known each other for the past 10 years, and we have developed a great bond. I have found a true friend in her, so as soon as she made the request, I got on it right away. I started out using red satin fabric for these cushions to add variation in texture to the complete set of cushions I was making. As we all know, satin is shiny on the right side with a flat matte look on the wrong side. I ironed it so it was straight enough to get accurate measurements and for it to be cut. I set the fabric down, measured and marked off the amounts that I needed for two 16 by 16 cushions, giving them 3/4 of an inch allowance all the way around for the seams. I gave that much allowance because I had opted to use the French seam method, as I do not have a serger. French seam is my personal favorite seam. For those who are not familiar with it, French seam gives a very clean finish with no raw edges showing. After measuring the fabric, I did the cutouts. Then it was time to sew. But instead of placing the two right sides facing each other like regular seams, I placed the two wrong sides facing each other and pinning them together because this is the first step in French seaming. Yes, you actually start sewing on the right sides first. I then pinned and basted the two pieces of fabric together temporarily using my hands because it is a slippery fabric and I did not want it to slip when stitching it on the machine. Some fabrics are more difficult to work with than others. Satin, it's not the best, but it is definitely not the worst. I stitched the two pieces of fabric all the way around on the machine, leaving only sufficient space for the openings where the filling would go through. Next, I turned the cushions inside out, exposing the wrong sides. Then I flattened the seams with the iron and pinned them so they would stay in place when I was giving them the second stitch around. After stitching, The rough edges were completely locked inside, totally unexposed, and that is what I love the most about French seam. I prefer it even more than serging. Before turning them on the right sides, I measured pieces of square batting to fit perfectly on both inner sides of each cushion, and I attached them right around using the basting method because it is not safe to use batting on the machine if it is not sandwiched between two pieces of fabric. The batting is really optional, but I chose to use it because before I discovered this method, I used to have issues with cushions made from satin or similar fabrics. I realized that even though the stuffing is polyfill, which is the white soft cloud-like filling, it still could leave visible lumps and bumps. And although the cushions would still feel great, I did not like the look. It's not aesthetically appealing. So I have developed this little hack of attaching batting and placing the stuffing between. I have never actually seen it done before, but I will not say it has never been done. After the batting was attached, the cushions were turned inside out once more through the openings that were left for the filling, but this time to reveal the right sides. They were then filled up with stuffing that was placed between the two sets of batting instead of directly touching the fabric. When the desired amount of filling was reached, the openings were neatly closed off using a simple overstitch. The batting makes the cushions look smoother on the surface, and because it is similar in texture to polyfill, the cushions maintain their soft, comfortable feeling. The cushions could have remained like this, but my exquisite wand and I would have none of it. Moreover, my 8-year-old daughter, who seems to have her own exquisite touch, said, and I quote, "They look a bit boring this way." So I went a step further and added sparkly crystal buttons to each side of the cushions. And this is how I did it. I used needle and thread to make X's on each side of the cushions, using the corners as my guide. I made marks where the thread lines intersected to locate the middle. I thread my long upholstery needle with strong thread and attach sparkly 1-inch crystal buttons to each side of the cushions. And here they are after they were completed. If you are using red for love, or you just love red, then these cushions are a great decor idea. I hope you found this video interesting, and please come back for my next upload. I thank you so much for watching, and as usual, live good, love God, and keep being creative.